Hello participants, in this lecture we are going to cover the world of prediction missions. In the previous two lectures we understood how AI is creating a paradigm shift, how we are moving ahead from the conventional thought process, conventional programming concepts to the modern day machine learning programming thought process. That is, how can you look at everything away from the algorithmic problems to the prediction problems. That is the fundamental shift we spoke about. And then we also looked at the economics of artificial intelligence to understand the basics that AI adoption is going to increase because the predictions are going to become cheaper in the coming days. Now, with these two thoughts coming together, let's understand how we can see everything as a prediction in this modern day. So, because of the changes that are happening in the environment with respect to artificial intelligence, lot of old problems can be solved today with the help of prediction machines. So, let's look at how everything can be seen as a prediction. So, in the last lecture, we saw what is an anatomy of a task. That is, there is an input, there is a prediction that happens, and there is a prediction coming from the training aspect primarily. And then you apply judgment on top of it, which results in actions, and that action results in outcomes. And from the outcome, you're actually taking the feedback back to the prediction. This is what we realized as an anatomy of a task. So this comes directly from the book What Managers Need to Know About Artificial Intelligence by Ajay Agrawal, who has written more about economics of AI. And that is one of the books I would strongly recommend. Artificial intelligence, especially the economics of AI, the prediction missions. This is something Ajay Agrawal has done a lot of videos. I would request you to check it in YouTube. So fewer human predictions means more human judgment. That is something you should understand. Okay, so more you involve the missions in the prediction part, the more the judgment part will come in from the human side. Okay, this is something you cannot ignore. Now let's look at practical examples of how everything can be seen as a prediction. Let's take the first example, translation as a prediction. So Google's translation service uses deep learning. The language translation from English to Japanese is about predicting the Japanese words and phrases that match English. The missing information to be predicted is a set of Japanese words and the order in which they belong, isn't it? That's how when you try to transfer, when you try to translate, there'll be certain number of words missing, right? Because all the words cannot be translated. The machine may not be able to do that. And we are trying to look at that missing information. So that is what we want to predict. Okay, what would be the value of, what would be the translated value of that particular missing word? Over 500 million people in China already use a deep learning powered service developed by iFlyTech to translate, transcribe, and communicate using natural language. Lot of landlords use it to communicate with tenants in other languages. Hospital patients use it to communicate with robots for directions. Doctors use it to dictate a patient's medical details, and drivers use it to communicate with their vehicles. So everywhere you can use a translation service. The more the AI is used, the more the data it collects, the more it learns, and the more better it becomes. With so many users, AI is only going to improve rapidly. So translation as a prediction problem is actually a perfect example for you to understand how more translations are going to happen, thereby how the predictions are going to increase, thereby it's going to become cheaper if you have to look at it from the economics point of view. Let's look at HR as a set of predictions. Human resources, what do they do? Let's look at hiring. Who will do well in my organization? This is a very popular question, right? Is there a way, is there a pattern that I can identify from the past data? That is, the employees who are currently working in my organization, who are all successful in it. Can I find a pattern amongst those employees? And that pattern is actually going to give me an input that is nothing but a pattern, which I can use it to compare every application that I am getting for a particular job. So all I need to do is with the current data, I'm defining a pattern from the historical data of the successful employees in my organization. And that pattern is a reference point for me. So any new person who is applying for the job, I'm going to run it through the model. And when I run it through the model, if it fits into the pattern, he is a good fit for my organization. If he doesn't fit into the pattern, that means he is not the right fit for my organization. So I may not hire him. So hiring can be seen as a prediction problem now. Let's look at one more example. Promotion. Who will do the next level job better? So let's say, for example, I am an employee, I am a junior developer, and I want to sit for promotion, and I am applying for promotion through my boss. Now the HR can run and create a model from the senior developers who are available in the system. What makes them successful? What kind of people are successful at the senior developer level? I can see a pattern out of it from the data that is available. Now, when this promotion case comes up, all I need to do is validate against that model. If the data fits into that model, that means the person is eligible for the promotion. If the data doesn't fit in, that means he is not ready for the promotion. Even if he is promoted, he is going to be a failure because he is not meeting the success criteria of the next level. So promotion is another popular use case where you can use it as a prediction machine for the HR. So retention, who is likely to leave the organization next? This is something which has been happening in the market. I have seen a lot of companies adopting this, where they try to identify with the help of the past data on who will be the employee who is going to leave the organization next. So every quarter they run the results, they try to find out who are all the employees who may leave the organization in the next quarter based on their performance, based on their behavior in the office in the last few months. We can do that. There is a pattern available. So based on that pattern, you can identify whether the employee will stay back or leave. Compensation, what policies can make people stay back in the organization? I can use machine learning again to identify the patterns. So depending on the people, I can cluster them and I can identify that, okay, these people look for better recognition. These people look for better financial package. So I can identify such pockets and come up with the policy changes to attract those people to stay back. So I can see HR as a set of predictions in this way. Actually, I can see the whole world around me as a set of predictions. That's why when you start developing this artificial intelligence as the mindset, you will slowly realize that Sarvam Data Mayam. That is, everywhere around you, you have it, you will be able to see the data in it. Anything that you see around, there is data in it. You can very well relate to the concept of Ada Lovelace when the father of computing mentioned that this world is full of mathematics. This world is full of numbers. Are you able to see that? That is the mindset you need to have to start looking at everything as a number. Like for example, I see the door. For the door, there are numbers associated with it. That is the length, width, the height. I can see numbers, isn't it? So anything and everything that I see around, I can start looking at it as numbers, and I can start visualizing the numbers in the graph, and I can start grouping them. I can start playing around with the statistical algorithms. So everything can become a set of predictions when you start looking at it from this point of view. So I hope you are able to see the world full of prediction machines when you start developing this mindset, because this is going to make a big difference after learning this course. Everything, if you want to see it as AI, that is the key skill that you need to acquire. That is the mindset that you need to develop. Okay. I hope you have learned something new in this session. Thank you very much for your time. We'll connect again in the next session. Thank you very much.